Hi, and welcome to the How Do I video series on Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. My name is Mark Brummel and I'm an MVP for Microsoft Dynamics NAV. We will look at the options of how to provide flexible sales invoicing options for your customers. We will do this in 4 steps. In the first step, we will look at invoicing in Microsoft Dynamics NAV. Then we will look at how to manually select sales shipments to invoice, and then how to process this automatically using combined shipments. And in the last step of this video, we would look at how to do some housekeeping to clean up your NAV system. In Microsoft Dynamics NAV, we have a number of options when it comes to invoicing our customers. The easiest and most straightforward way is to send an invoice together with shipping the items. But what if our customers want to combine multiple shipments on one invoice? Well, we have some options for doing that in Microsoft Dynamics NAV. So let's have a look at how to create a sales order in NAV and how to invoice and ship that together. To do that, we will go to the customer list and we will pick one of the customers, and then we select the option to create a new sales order. If we do that, the customer number gets populated automatically and we tell the system we want to sell an item. We key in the item number and we decide that we want to sell a quantity of 2. And now if you, for example, run a business like a web shop and you want to ship and invoice the items together, you simply have to push the post option, and then I can ship and invoice this document together. And then I go back to the customer list and I can see that if I go to my posted invoices, the last invoice, if I edit the document, I can see that it's the invoice for the 2 side panels that we just selected. Let's say we have 2 orders for one customer in the system and we want to ship both, and we want to have these 2 shipments on one invoice. Then we go into the invoice option on the role center and create an invoice for the customer. So we find ourselves back in the customer list, and if we look at this specific customer, we can see that we have 2 posted shipments from 4 orders. And if we go to one of the orders, we can see that 2 of the orders are released. And if we edit one of the orders, we can see that the quantity shipped is populated, meaning that the order is shipped, and the quantity to invoice is still outstanding. So instead of invoicing this order from the order, we go back to the customer list, and in the customer list we select the sales invoice option. Again, this pre-populates the customer number, and now we can go to the get shipment line option in the functions button from the lines. And if we do that, we can see exactly what we noticed earlier in the fact box. This customer has 2 outstanding shipments, and we can simply select all the lines that we want to ship. We press the OK button and we get an invoice from combining the 2 shipments. And if we now post this invoice and we go back to one of the orders, we can see that if we edit it, the quantity invoiced is now updated. This process can also be automated using the combined shipment option and process. Activating this option is done on a per customer basis. If we go back to the customer list with the customer that we just invoiced and we view the customer card, we can go to the shipping tab and check if the combined shipment is enabled for this customer. And it is. So let's see how the invoicing goes if we use the combined shipment process. Before we can do that, we first have to go to the outstanding orders and make sure that we have something to invoice. So from the order, we go to the ship option and we make sure that both orders are completely shipped. So we have a scenario where we have a customer with outstanding shipments. Now we go to the combined shipment process and we go there using the search option from the role center. And in the Bill to Customer Number field, we fill in the customer that we want to do the combined shipment process for. And now the system tells us that there's one combined invoice created. And if we open the invoice, we can see that it looks like the manual invoice that we created earlier in this video. And if we post the invoice, all the outstanding orders of this customer are now shipped and invoiced. The updated order is now completely finished, but Microsoft Dynamics NAV does not remove it automatically. We have to delete it using the delete invoiced sales order process. We will do this for the same customer that we invoiced earlier, where we can see that we still have the 4 outstanding sales orders that are completely shipped and completely invoiced. So if we now go to the delete invoice sales orders process and we fill in the customer that we want to run the process for and hit OK, if we now go back to the customer list, we can see that Microsoft Dynamics NAV has updated the order list, and there's only one order left where we still have some items to ship. In this video we have learned how to provide flexible sales invoicing options to our customers. These are the topics we covered in this video, which were the introduction, the manual process of getting sales shipments, the automated option of combined shipments, and then cleaning up after everything has been shipped and invoiced. We have looked at the invoicing options in Microsoft Dynamics NAV. We have looked at the customer settings that are required to do this. We have looked at some filtering options and how to clean up after the process. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in another episode of the How Do I video series from Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. This video was made in collaboration with Plataan, a Microsoft Dynamics Learning Center from Belgium, and Microsoft.